So coming back here for class 5 and ME470 for gears. I forgot to actually play this thing in the previous thing that showed. That's too bad. I had a nice animation right there and I totally forgot to do it. Here's another one right here for this example. So the tooth numbers for the gear train shown are 12 right here for that gear 2, 16, and 12. And they want to know how many teeth must the internal gear 5 have. And suppose it's fixed right there. What is the speed if the arm rotates at 320 RPM counterclockwise as viewed from the left side of the figure, right? So do we have this one turning right here? Let's check him out. And I put these little holes in there so you can see the input and the output right there. Yeah, so you see that's clockwise. Is that right? Clockwise and counterclockwise? That doesn't seem right to me. But let's double check. All right, so let's take a look at this guy right here. And let me see my solution right here. All right, so if this one right here, and this one, and this one, let's see, the way that I wrote this thing out, let me see if I can put this out here correctly. I said here, 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 and here. Okay, so I said that this was the diameter of gear 4, the diameter of gear 3. This is the diameter of gear 2, diameter of gear 3 as well, diameter of gear 4, right? So the diameter of gear 5 is going to be equal to 2 times the diameter of gear 4 plus 2 times the diameter of gear 3 plus, get that out of the way, the diameter of gear 2. Now if you we could replace all the diameters with the number of teeth divided by pitch. And so the number of 5 divided by P, 2, number of 4 divided by P, plus 2 times the number of 3 divided by P, plus number of 2 divided by P. And we can cancel out all the pitches in there. So what we find is that N5 is just going to be 2 times number of 4, which was 12, plus 2 times number of 3, which was 16, and then plus 12 for number, what, I got those backwards right there. Okay, so this was supposed to be 12 because of this, and this is 12 because of that, but we get the same answer. So you have 64 teeth is the answer to the first part. And I did something similar, but I just used, I did it like a little quick and dirty right here, but here's maybe a better explanation for why we are using the number of teeth to try to see what the compatibility of the diameters are. So let's take and find what the gear train is going to be. And so we say 2 is the input, so N2 drives N3, N3 drives N4, and then N4 drives the ring, which is N5, which is what we just found right up here. But what sign should we make of this thing? Well, it's actually kind of hard to do it from the side over here. So what I kind of did right here was made a little sketch. All right, so here's like the input right here, right? And here is the ring, right? So we're going to hold the arm fixed as part of this right here. So let's make 2 clockwise. So we're going to go that way. So this makes it go, if this is going clockwise, this is going counterclockwise, which is going to make, it's going to come up this way, which is going to make this go clockwise, and that's going to make this go clockwise. Does that make sense? Because you're coming across this, it has to make the ring go out. So this was clockwise in, this is clockwise out. So this is a positive value right in here. So we take 12 divided by 16 and 16 divided by 12, interesting enough, and then 12 divided by 68. And we get 0.1765 right there. So that's almost a 1 to 10 ratio right there. We're getting close to the thing. And we notice that, like, you know, those things cancel out right there. Kind of interesting. So like when we go to try to figure out, like, so the thing they told us was that the ring number 5 is going to be held fast, right? It's they're, you know, they're kind of showing it that it's like part of the housing maybe. So NL, which is the last, is going to be 0. So we take our gear train ratio and we say NL minus NA over NF. Why did I write F? It's because I'm tired. I get too many videos. NF. I meant to do this weekend, but other things. So that's going to be 0 minus, we're looking for the arm, right? The arm is going to be the output. Yeah, right here, the arm is the output. Sun input, arm output. So this is the thing we want to know. And the input is 320. And it's counterclockwise. We're just going to say that that's positive, right, in this case. Minus NA. And it's going to be 0.1765. And what we end up finding is N. And did I do that right? Yes. Okay. We're going to say that NA, which is the same thing as NB, little b, for that shaft B, is going to end up being negative 68.57 RPM. So it's the opposite direction. So it's going to be clockwise. So NB is equal to 68.57 RPM clockwise. And we can confirm that output is opposite based on what we've shown in, I don't know, where did it go? How come it disappeared? I wonder what I did wrong. There you go. Make that. There you go. Yep, you can see this is going, I'm showing this going clockwise, but you can see that this output right here, as it comes around, whoop, it's going to miss it right there. You see that little hole in it? It's going counterclockwise. So that's clockwise, that's counterclockwise. Pretty good ratio taking place right here, right? Where you had 320 coming in, and we had 68.6 going out. That's, well, she wrote here, and I gotta go drive home. Got a doctor's appointment.